Alright. Rook the Bog Job, Prestige 7. Let's go.
You bear the brunt.
I suppose I should have taken the composure. Probably should just slam these to start getting the experience. Hopefully it hits here first. Nope. Means I take a bunch of damage. Oh well. So at 4 influence, this card is free, and I draw a card. This card could be good later. I don't think it's good enough to dial this into specifically an influence-based build. Early guild is so important on Rook. I don't think I'd ever take anything over the 100 shells. I don't want any of these. Whatever. Maybe I should have kept that one. Just not blown it away. Oh, this can hurt. This will probably be more likely to result in somebody liking me and not disliking me, so we'll go with this one. Okay. Hello, Laser Licks. Oh, I love this game to death. I've put in... I'm really close to 100 hours. I think I'm at like 94 hours into the game. You know, like, I've played the other roguelike card games like Slay the Spire and Monster Train, and this is 100% my favorite one of all of those. Um, I guess if you're not really experienced with these roguelikes at all, I'd say while you're playing, be on the lookout for something that's a good enough payoff before you start going in on a bunch of cards. And like, I guess in general, just like try not to have a whole bunch of cards in your deck. So like, this is my third negotiation this run, and I haven't taken any cards yet. I've skipped all of them. So like, for example, with these 3 cards, so Jargon is a card that only works if my deck is already set to do a bunch of prepared stuff. And it's not, because the deck is still just like all vanilla cards. Snail in the Pocket is a card that only works well if I already have cards that do stuff if my coin is on snails, or if I get stuff that, if I already get bonuses for discarding cards. And then Jabber only works if I have heads when I play it, so it's only really good if 1, I want my deck to have influence, and 2, if I can rig the deck to always have heads. So like some of these might be, you know, tempting to take immediately. Like Jargon might be tempted to take immediately because it's like, oh hey, if I play a card, I get Composure on a random friendly argument, and that's really strong. But if you can't force it to be prepared over on the left side of your hand, then it's not very good. As a whole, I'd say Sal is probably the easier character to play. Rook's a bit more combo and synergy based on both his battle and his negotiation deck. So if you really want to start out, I've seen a lot of people, like a lot of other viewers in my channel, that just start with Sal and they just only play Sal and they don't play Rook because Rook's a bit harder. Yeah, Rook's a bit more difficult. He's definitely harder. You'll feel a bit more overwhelmed in the early game because, so for example, Sal's Composure argument in the start automatically goes for 3, and she blocks for 1 every turn. So a lot of your early negotiations, they'll hit you for 4. So one of her Composure cards will immediately full block it. And Rook doesn't get to do that, but his cards inherently become a lot more powerful than Sal's over time. It's just recognizing the combos with Rook is way more important than on Sal. Sal, you can just like start stacking influence and win like probably 85% of your games immediately. But for Rook, it's more important to like get a good payoff card. And then his combat's a bit trickier. If you haven't played Rook yet, stick around till I go into combat, and then I can explain that a little bit as well. Which hopefully I can do this without having to go into combat, because I don't want anyone to dislike me. That's another thing. I haven't found a build yet to do both. There are some cards that do it. I don't remember them offhand, but I know there's a card after you unlock all of Sal's negotiation cards. One of them, you swap, I think it's 2 influence for 3 dominance. I haven't found a way to balance the 2 out because you inherently have to pick one over the other when you upgrade Sal's instincts to either the dominance side or the influence side, and like swapping them doesn't really do too much. So I think it is better to just focus on influence or dominance. Rook is a bit more complicated because not really any of his cards give him dominance, but you upgrade his lucky coin as the days go on, and one of them does give you dominance, and that can be easily used to pop off if you have the right card combination. So Rook has a lot more actual choices than Sal as far as like his card choice is concerned, but that's also a detriment if you're newer and you don't really understand how the cards work together. So since you haven't played Rook yet, Rook's mechanic for his negotiations is he has his lucky coin. Right now it's on the tail side, which they call snails. And then when you flip it, it's called gambling. So this card here, gambles. And then his cards do different stuff based on if it's on heads or tails. So right now it's on tails, so my hostility card, Grumble, gets +1 bonus damage for it being on snails. And then once it goes to head, Pleasantries will deal max damage, as if I had influence. So here I'm just going to hit him for the max damage for Grumble, and then I'll gamble, and if it goes to heads I'll play this, and it didn't, so now I'm just going to block instead. And like, you have to sacrifice a lot of your initial resolve with Rook because you don't have a lot of good defense before you upgrade your cards. Then after your cards are upgraded, they're arguably stronger than Sal's defensive cards, but they're luck-based. But you also have the ability to rig. So he can rig the coins because he's, you know, a cheater. So you have certain cards that let you rig heads or tails, and it becomes a bonus argument. So like, I'll rig heads now because I have the 2 pleasantries in hand. So now he's got his argument rigged heads. So the next gamble is automatically guaranteed to be heads. So I'm gonna call it. Goes to heads. Now my pleasantries do max damage. So now I can just boop him for 6. Another big difference in negotiations, at least between Rook and Sal, is that Rook's enemies tend to modify his cards by their effects. So primarily you fight Rise and Spark Barons. They're the 2 main factions. And what Rise do is they increase the cost of one of your cards for the entirety of the negotiation at the start of every turn. But they also make other arguments that help you. So like, this is Brainwash. It inserts Propaganda into my deck, and I could use Propaganda to swap the cost. So now this rationale will cost 0 forever unless it gets increased in cost by his cards. Little stuff like that. It's really cool. Alright, so like, here's another one. This one gives me actions, and it actually lets me draw cards if I have people who like me in the Rise. So like, right now at the start of the game, nobody likes me. But if I did, then I would get free card draw for beating up this thing. And it's free actions too, because I can destroy it for 1 and get 2 actions. So I'm about to take a bunch of damage, so I definitely want to end the game right now. So like, I would like to use Call It here to get the experience, but if it lands on tails, then I can't guarantee to win, and then I'll take a bunch of damage and go to 7, and I don't feel like I want to do that. Alright, so now we get to see one of his upgrade paths. We got Grumble and Pelletries both upgraded. So this is where I start to decide what my deck wants to do. So this is like, whatever, I can use this with either style, any style, and then this one is specific for discard. So he has some synergies where if you discard cards, you get to do stuff. So that's something to consider. So now we'll look at the other one. And so this one will get me influence. So I can make a choice there. I could do both technically. I could go like get the influence one and then also get the discard one. But generally, I like to focus on one, either heads or snails. So I think I'm just going to pick Gamble on both and just see what I get after this. Because one of the most powerful things I found so far is to just stack a bunch of rigging and then use one of your more powerful coins that you get later on to, you know, fuel your strategy, whatever the strategy is. So like, for the most part, most comments aren't really great unless they're like specific for your strategy. So like, I could take Dilemma if I had some ability to draw cards off Gamble, which one of the coins later lets you draw whenever you hit heads. So like, that could be an idea if I could, you know, stack that. But like right now, this card does nothing. Same with Blockade. There's also the neat thing of a lot of Rook's cards upgrade to be the opposite coin side. So Blockade isn't actually one of those. I don't have... here's one. Yeah, so Dig's an example. So Dig automatically costs 0 if it's snails. And then after upgrade, you can upgrade it to be heads instead. So you can build these cards in either form. So like... there's a card called Bluff, which I think is one of his most powerful cards. And it's a draw card that costs 0 if it's on heads. But when you upgrade it, it draws 2. And then you can upgrade it to either be heads or snails. So I had like a snails run where I took Bluff, even though it did basically nothing until I upgraded it. But after I upgraded it, it's so powerful that that's good enough. So that's also something really neat that Rook gets to do. Like I said, Sal's just like a lot more straightforward, but not necessarily as powerful by the end of the game. So we go back to Felimo. Now I got this guy, so I get Torporphane, which is nice. And then I get to upgrade. So I like to... So something you can do here, you can kind of cheese the game a little bit. Because all of your cards have like really... Like, all of your basic cards have high upgrade paths. Like, there's like 6 or 7 different ways they can upgrade. So you can use an upgrade mission to kind of look. and see what they'll get. And you can kind of use that to inform your decision. So like this will the 100% upgrade these two ways. Even if I upgrade this later, it'll still be these two. And I was looking for the destroy upgrade because I like to get rid of my basic cards as soon as possible, especially kick, because kick costs 2, and 2 is a lot. So nothing so far. So my upgrade paths here look pretty bad actually. But I have all 3 loaded blasts. Yeah, so I can upgrade all 3 to loaded blasts, so that sort of informs my decision of how I can upgrade Rook. But since I can't destroy any of these, I'm tempted to upgrade a negotiation card instead to maybe see what I can get. Rooted draw influence, and there we go, rig heads. So I got 1 rig card here. Yeah. So like I feel like the basic cards are generally really, really weak in comparison to the other cards you're going to get. So as a general rule, I like to get rid of the majority of them. There are some exceptions to that. So like, for example, since this card can rig heads, I would 100% want to keep this if my deck wanted to play heads. So I'm actually going to look at the other rationales and see what they're going to upgrade. So like this one rigs snails, so those are opposite. So this one gets snails on both sides, which means no matter how I upgrade this card, I have to do some sort of snail strategy for the card to work. Otherwise, I just need to remove it from the deck. Snails here as well. Alright, so 2 of my 4 block cards both go to snails, so that informs that I probably should go that way. And then I can upgrade this one to just be prepare instead of rigging, because rigging is counterproductive to what I want to do. I think I'm just going to upgrade my ammo pouch. So ammo pouch is the same as the toolbox cards that you get on Sal. You improvise one of his cards. They have different effects than Sal's, obviously, because they have different mechanics. But I think it's 100% correct to get the upgraded versions rather than the improvised pluses. I think the strength of the cards just validates that. And then the thing is with Rook, his negotiation deck, in Sal you have the toolbox card and you also have the instincts card. And Rook only has the toolbox, he has trickery, which gets you one of these cards. The stuff that like draws or gives you extra actions, that sort of thing, just like Sal. But it looks like I'm definitely going to do a snail strategy here, so that informs my decision of what to start picking. Appreciate the follow. And so that's that out of the way, so now we get to pick our next one. So like I really want to do food fight, but that requires me to do a bunch of negotiations, so I think I'm going to give it a shot. It's just better than getting Amnesiator, I don't think. That is a very good item card to take. And I want my quest reward to matter. Alright, so here's where we get our first look at the new coins. So, after doing your initial 2 quests, you unlock the bar. And you get approached by Punjamut. It doesn't matter how, he says, hey, you have a nice coin, you should trade coins. And you can be rude or not to him, and it doesn't really matter which one you pick. So then you talk to him. He'll be here several of the days. Rook's scenario is only 4 days, where Sal's is 5. So he'll show up once on every one of the 4 days, and you'll have different coins to change to. So they all have different uses. So I generally default to Mud Coin because it's easier for your cards to block you than it is to do a bunch of damage. So Mud Coin guarantees that if you just get a bunch of defensive cards, you still can win arguments by flipping tails. Sifting Coin is really good if you have discard synergies already, and then Marsh Coin is good if you want to focus on heads. And I already said I wanted to focus on snails, and I don't have discard synergies, so Mud Coin is the obvious pick here, because both of these are 100% upgrades to this. If you weren't sure what you want to do, you could wait until the end of the day. He'll be here all day. And then you could maybe, if you found a discard synergy, get Sifting Coin, or if you found a bunch of heads rigs, you could use Sifting Coin to draw a bunch of cards. You know, so these are like the things you want to keep in mind. But I really like Mud Coin overall. Alright, so he trades the coin, so you lose your old coin forever, and then tomorrow he'll be back with an uncommon coin that I'll switch to, and we'll make another decision at that point, depending on like how my deck has evolved at the time. So you come talk to Hebel, the barkeeper. He gives you a graft, and graft is also a big way to decide what you're doing. So these are so this clicker's interesting. Because I haven't gotten to a battle yet, but how Rook works is he uses guns, and he has these things called charge chambers. And he starts with 4 base, and then at the start of your turn, you get a charge, and then at the end of your turn, you gain 1 block for each empty charge, and then some of your effects either spend the charge or have effects that depend on it. So Hair Trigger, you spend 1 of your charge to deal extra damage. And then like Shovel, which is a card I picked to add at the start of the game, it deals bonus damage for empty cells, and I gain 2 defense per charge. So like if all 4 of my charges were full, this would deal 2 but block for 8, and then if they were all empty, it would attack for 10. And then so managing your charge is like a good way to stay alive because again, your cards are slightly weaker than Sal's, but you have this cool mechanic that sort of balances it out. That can make you way stronger in the end game, but slightly weaker in the early game. And there's also an early event that I'm trying to find that at the end of the 4 days, you fight the final boss, just like in Sal. So like in Sal's campaign, at the end of day 5, you fight Casio, and that's the end of the campaign. And then like you finish, and then you can go do another run. In Rook's, his just ends on the day 4. So he doesn't get the extra day, but he does get to go to his vendors more often than Sal, and I'll cover that in just a second when I unlock them. So I'm kind of tempted. So the reason I've been getting a bunch of shills, I took a 100 shill upgrade at the start as like my whale bonus, as they would say in Slay the Spire. And I did that because there's an event that happens early on where you meet one of Sal's old friends, and she can tweak your pistols to either increase or decrease your charge gazes. So I can take Clicker, and then when I get to that event, I can decrease his charge chambers to 2 instead of 4 by spending 300 shills. And then Clicker becomes very, very, very easy to trigger, and then I can draw a million cards. Or I can just take the safe bet and use Mylian Buffer to get 6 max resolve, which will automatically heal me for 6, which will make this next mission easier. And as a whole, I think getting more charge chambers is better because it allows you to inherently block for more. So I'm going to take my Island Buffer. So now I'm at to 17 resolve, which might be enough to win, but I want to drink with this guy because he's a Jake's. And that'll be very important in just a second, and I will show you why. So we're going to drink with him, take the debuffs. Also get our 10 resolve for drinking. Another tip for new players is that drinking with people is very, very effective at making your run easier. Especially if it's right before you sleep, because after you sleep, your debuff cards that you get for drinking go away. So it inserts one into both. You get a Tipsy into your combat deck and a Slurred Speech into your negotiation deck. And then after you sleep, they go away because you're no longer drunk. But I drink with this guy specifically because he's with Jake's. And what that does, we go back to the map. We got the black market over here. So the black market is like Sal's night market. It's where we can go to buy cards and graphs. We just can't buy pets in Rook's campaign like you can in Sal. Which I think is fine because I don't think having allies is actually exceedingly powerful. So normally, you can ask him about the black market and he'll tell you what it is. And then you have to win a negotiation for him to let you in, or you have to buy a membership. But if you're friends with someone who's a Jake, because this black market's run by the Jakes, that's their faction, you can just mention him. So I drank with Enid, he's my friend. He's like, hey, and it told me about this place. I think she's a member. And then he let you in. So I didn't have to waste resolve, like, negotiating with him. Another sort of downside compared to Sal is that Sal gets to do her initial quest to be friends with one of the vendors and get reduced costs, but at the price of one of the other vendors hates her. But here, we don't have that. So everything's just the normal price. So Fluck is still here selling the, what are they called? Relics or graphs. And then Rona over here sells you all of your cards, both combat and negotiation. So you get 3 of each, 1 rare of each, 1 uncommon of each, and 1 common of each. So we really use these to determine how we're going to fight, because the best way I found to build a deck is find a good rare card to build around, and then you just go for it. So neither of these do that, really. Cataclysm is a good card, but only if I can inflict a bunch of status ailments, which there's a different rare card in Rook's pool that allows me to do that, and Cataclysm only really works well with that card in my experience, so we're not going to take Cataclysm. And Cash Out is really good if I can get rewarded for gambling, or if I can draw a lot of cards with gambling, because Cash Out gets scaling damage every time I gamble, so that's very powerful, obviously. I can just one-shot any negotiation eventually. And then it upgrades to no longer expend or to do more damage. And I always get the non-expend version whenever I take gamble. So Cash Out is like one of those that's really good with that coin that lets me draw cards. Because if I can rig heads a bunch and draw a bunch of cards, then this card can just like scale out of control and then I'll win. Snail Hunt's good for rigging snails, so it's a possible that I may just take this. I actually got kind of lucky. These cards are both uncommons on both sides. But I don't think any of these really are good enough to take. I don't want to pay money for Snail Hunt because I'll probably see this card at least once or twice. It's just very easy to see. You see a million commons and uncommons. Rares are generally the only cards that are worth taking unless you see like something that's super, super important. So like the easiest combo I found with Rook is you can actually go infinite and have infinite damage with him in negotiations because of that card Bluff I told you about. Where Bluff lets you draw 2 cards for free if your coin is on the correct side. And then there is a negotiation graph called Pocket Bomb, which is not available right now, which says whenever you shuffle your deck, deal 3 to a random enemy argument, and you can do infinite damage that way. So like that's one of the like really powerful, easy to use combinations. So Trench Knife is a very powerful graph that I can't afford right now. Because it allows me, so like, let's say we have to keep our cells to 4 for combat, our energy cells. If we have them empty, now instead of just gaining 4 block, we gain 8 block and 3 counter. And counter, I think, is probably the most powerful thing you can do in any battle deck, either Sal or Rook. Because it just does damage for free, you don't have to worry about your opponent attacking you back, and it goes through their defense, because they attack you on their turn when they don't have any. Concentration I found is very powerful for Rook. It's a mechanic that says for each stack of concentration, your cards do extra minimum damage up to their max. So if I start every combat with 3 concentrations, these will automatically do 4, this will automatically do 3, or 5 if I do the 1 charge thingy. But concentration goes away when you get hit, just like combo for Sal. Illicit Shifter is very powerful in the early game, but I do get the opportunity to go do 1 mission before I come back here. So the black market resets at night and at day. So that's why I was saying you can go get your cards with Rook way more often than you can go with Sal, because he gets to go to the black market during the day and at night all 4 days, or for 3 of the days, and then the 4th day you only get 1. So you get 7 trips to the black market, where Sal only gets 4. So you get almost double the card choices. So we saw our choices there, so we can use these cards to inform our decision. So like if I find that rare card that goes a Cataclysm, I can take that immediately and be like, oh, I can just come by Cataclysm, and then our deck's finished, and we can just start burning the bad cards out. Or if maybe I find some really good payoff that makes me want to do Cash Out or Snail Hunt, or even Helmet. Like if I get some really good prepare card. I haven't made a prepare deck yet because I haven't found cards good enough for it, but I'm still not exceeding familiar that the game's still new. And also they balanced like a million cards last week, so some of the effects have changed. The card removal is also a very, very big thing. And if you get Jakes to love you instead of like you, the majority of Jakes' social boon is to make all of your shopkeepers charge you 20 less shills for everything. So like these can become free or really close to it. And Rook also gets to just randomly remove cards out of his deck a lot faster than everybody else because he gets to have 7 trips. So that's also something to consider. But this next mission I'm doing should just be 2 negotiations. I shouldn't have to resort to combat here, unless I lose. So I don't need to worry about removing a battle card yet. Like I said, I really do want to remove the kicks because they cost 2, and that's really detrimental with early game Rook. Because Rook doesn't get boss graphs like Sal does. So after Sal fights her 2 bosses, actually 3 bosses, she gets the Night 1 assassin, the Night 2 assassin, and then the Night 3 monster in the docks. And you get a boss graft after you fight all of those, but Rook doesn't get those, so he has to be a bit more clever about energy management than Sal does. So we're going to talk to this guy. We're going to attempt to get everybody to compromise, because that's the way to get nobody to hate me. And people's opinions are very, very strong in this game, because they make all of your other stuff easier or harder. So we don't have any good defense, so I'm just going to use the Slurge Stage now and get rid of it. I'm going to do that. Pleasantries is already hitting for 1, so I'm just going to do that and then double call it. And then see how many heads we get off of this. So there's 1, and there's 1. Okay, so we dealt 2, gained a block. Good enough. So we take 2. Our goal here is to take probably like 10 or less damage. Then the next one should be fairly easy because they're basically the same encounter. So we have 2 heads cards, 2 block cards, and trickery. So we're going to trickery, see if we can get the option to flip the coin. We did not. So 3 composure, almost full block. So I'm just going to do the 3 composure, and then I'm going to hit this thing twice and just kind of hope I don't low roll both times. I could rig for next turn, but... Oh, actually, yeah, I just realized one of my upgrades I upgrade to gamble, so this works out. So we're going to rig the heads. And then this I upgraded to say gamble whenever I use it, so I gamble to heads automatically, get a block, deal 3. And then I can choose to block here or deal 3 damage. And I think I'd rather... I don't think I want to take 3. Plus that card was 1 tick from upgrading, and that's also something to be aware of. Alright, so the Spark Baron's mechanic is that they take your cards every turn. Until your deck has 5 or less cards, in which case they can no longer take cards. The game won't let them. So right now he's got my one of my call-outs, one of my rationales, and then a second rationale and my upgraded grumble. So if I destroy these, I get the cards back into my hand immediately, but I also take a stack of vulnerability, which increases all damage I take by 50%. Which is bad, obviously. But I have no block here, so I think I just swing everything here. I could trickery and maybe get the 3 block card. I can't full block this is like the issue. Because this will deal 1 here. When this is destroyed, I get vulnerability. So this will now do 3 and this will now do 2. So I'll take 5. And I don't really think there's much I can do about it. So I think I'm just going to swing here 3 times. I'll do at least 7. I'll probably do more. And then I can call it afterwards to try and maybe hit heads or snails again. So we do this, this. We gamble to heads, so we get our block, so that's cool. And then we'll do this. And we hit there, which was the worst case scenario. So now we are going to take 5 anyways. But he's probably dead. So we got Grumble. That hit for 2, so I'm not guaranteed to beat him now. So that sucks. We're going to do this one since it gambles. And we gamble the head, so we win. That's maximum upgrade here. Yeah, it's a bit frustrating sometimes when you don't get the flips you want, but that's why I think rigging the coin is so powerful. Alright, so we got upgrades on all these. So we'll do the rationale first. So this is the only one that lets me rig. The other 2 just let me do this side, so I'm going to pick the one that lets me rig the snails. Then this pleasantries upgrade. I don't want the rig head, so we'll get the prepare. And then we'll get the grumble upgrade to get the increased damage. So that means while it's on tails, it'll automatically do 4. So it's 100% now better than Pleasantries. Right, and then we get our new pick. And we found Bluff and Fallout. Both these cards are so strong. This is actually kind of hard. I don't have anything that really synergizes with Bluff yet, but it's just inherently very powerful. But Fallout is 100% exceedingly powerful, so I think I'm just going to take the Fallout. Fallout says, I create an argument that says whenever I gamble, I deal 2 randomly. And that's obviously just really powerful. There's a lot of cards that let you gamble, and then I don't actually need to do damage. I can just gamble a bunch and kill them. Or later on, there's a coin that's double defense called the Turtle Coin. It gives my core argument defense on heads and my side, and then all of my arguments defense on tails. So Fallout works really well with that as well. Fallout also works well with Cash Out that's already in the shop. So we can go for a deck that just wants to gamble a bunch. So I'm going to take the Fallout because I think it's the most powerful of these 3. And then now I have to talk to the other guy. So I took 8 there, which was more than I wanted, but fine. So now I just need to not take 19, which should be easy enough. Alright. So we're going to gamble first. So we hit heads, so we hit for 3 and get a block. Then we'll rig snails for next time. Shifting Pleasantries. So this is Civilian Labor. They have these in Sal's campaign. Whenever you create an argument, they get Composure. So here, instead of trying to hit him for 1, I'm just going to block all of his stuff. And then Call has Sticky, so I can save this for next turn to roll snails. And he's not going to take it out of my hand because he's not a Spark Baron. So we have full block. He has this thing, which is really annoying. But now we get to call it to tails. Deal 2 there. Perfect. We don't want to gamble because we have it rigged, so we'll do this one. We don't have any block or a way to rig, and this one has to make me gamble, so we're going to Trickery first. So we can do both, but I'm going to apply Composure because I have no way to actually block. And then I have 2 chances to get heads to get me the full lock. So we can get it there. Do we get it here? No, but we did a bunch of damage, so, you know, it's fine. Take 1. Alright, and there's Fallout. I want to play Fallout to start getting it experience. And then I guess I'll just take 2 this turn, and that's something I'm fine with. And then we'll rig. Get that out of the way. Alright, so we've got this, which will immediately win me the game. So we want to get experience here on these cards. So we'll apply Trickery. We'll incept Flustered, just in case I don't win this turn. So that reduce this to 3. So we gamble to snails, and then triggers my Fallout. This one also gambles. Boom, dead. Okay, so now we upgrade Call It. Call It always upgrades 2 specific ways. You either gamble twice, or you set the coin. And this is another reason. So if you prolong the fight too long, there's 2 problems. One is that all of your opponent's damage scales eventually, so they eventually will do too much damage for you to block. And 2, after I think it's like 5 turns or so, you get a debuff that stops letting you get experience. Same thing happens with Sal on her combat and negotiations, and Rook does it too. So you can't prolong it infinitely, but if you get the opportunity to prolong it by like maybe a turn, to get like a few more ticks, it's very powerful because obviously your cards are way stronger after upgrade. Rook gets to upgrade his coin to either gamble twice or set the coin. And again, I really think rigging coins is really powerful because I think you should always take gamble twice. It's possible that I'm wrong about that, and that there's sometimes you just want to set the coin to like get your thing. But especially with my build, because I took the Fallout, I definitely want to gamble twice because it triggers it twice. So I'm 100% taking it here because Fallout is just like, it will do so much damage. So that's that. Then we pick a new card. So we are, so the plan of our deck is to gamble and use Tails cards. So basically we want to use Tails cards that are going to allow us to gamble a bunch, or to at least allow us to gain a bunch of defense while playing Tails cards, so that we can keep gambling and kill people with Fallout. So Prattle only works with prepared. Trade is a card that lets you trade influence for dominance. And DTT is an influence card. So I don't really want any of these because I can't make influence, I don't prepare cards, and I can't make influence. So we'll decline and get the shills. I also think it's really useful that in this game you can skip cards to get money, which is something you cannot do in Slay the Spire without a specific relic. Alright, so we go back to Felimo to get our reward, and then that should trigger our first big event. So we'll get paid, and then we'll restore some resolve. Quest reward, we have 323, which is above what I need. I needed to have exactly 300 for the event that I hope happens, and I didn't get it. So, Ashnu Glue gives a card in your hand sticky by paying 1, and it has replenish. I don't think that's particularly great either. I think I'd rather just get a short increase to my resolve. I think I'm too low on resolve to get the... Oh, no, I can. Okay. So I can lose 15 resolve to get 5 max resolve instead of resting here. I don't think I want to do that because I have to do some events tonight that will require me to negotiate with people, so I don't think it's worth it. I'll just regenerate the 10 now. Usually I would 100% go for that, though. Okay, so now that we've decided that we can't get the event to increase our guns, we can choose to buy cards now, or graphs. And we have 300, so we can buy Trench Knife. And I do think Trench Knife will be very powerful, but I also think Illicit Shifter is very powerful. I think all 3 of these battle graphs are very powerful. Negotiation, so I don't like Distressor. I don't think Scimitar is very good. And Slugnook is also very good for what we want to do, because it wants us to gamble snails, and then it's sort of like an energy graph that we would get from Sal, because it allows us to reduce cost of cards in our hand. So all very good, and these cards are going to reset. So basically, I need to decide now if any of these are worth buying now, with the drawback of I may not be able to buy something that's really good afterwards. And I don't think any of these cards are so powerful that I can't avoid skipping them, so I think I am going to just not take anything. I am going to remove a battle card. Going to remove this kick, and I'm also going to remove a negotiation card. The prepare one does actually nothing, so we're going to get rid of this. As a general rule, tails or snails cards go with hostility, and heads cards go with diplomacy. So I will be erring more on getting hostility cards and removing his diplomacy cards for his negotiation deck, because I've committed to being tails deck. So we still have 223, which is a decent amount. Malo is with the Rise. I don't feel like drinking with him. So we got a Hebo. We wait for Felimo to come. This will switch us to nighttime and start our next quest chain to go ally ourselves with the other faction as a double agent, because that's what Rook does. And I got myself screwed over, because here's the event that I was looking for. So because I spent the money to remove those cards, I now can't do what I want. Also, if I go here, this guy dies. So this was just kind of bad luck, which is, you know, why you play these games, so each one's different. So the Friend in Trouble event, you go and rescue a friend, and if you don't go, they die. And my only friend is Kiwi, the Jake. Oh no. This guy. So he'll die, I'll lose this. So I have to judge on whether I think this is more important than getting a charge chamber in my gun, and I don't think it is, so I'm gonna let him die. So we're gonna go here to the gun show. Your friend Kiwi has been killed. Oh well. So we go here. She tweaks our crystals. I'm going to increase charge chambers, and then it takes 300 shills to increase it by 2, which is what I wanted, so I'll have to just take it by 1 because I wanted to remove the cards. So now our combats will be slightly easier, though not as good as I wanted. Alright, so he's going to ask me to reload cargo. I'm going to ask for more money because I have the resolve to do it. We do full out on turn 1, which is nice. However, we cannot full block, which is unfortunate. So he's going to get some composure from this, but that's fine. We're going to do this first to try and roll heads before I rig to snails, and that would let me full block. Oh, it didn't, so that's fine. So we're just going to do this. And then he's going to hit me for 1, get 1 composure, create a side argument. We're going to hope not to low roll here. We're also going to hope that our Fallout doesn't hit this. And it did, so he gets to have that. But we did a bunch of damage like all around, so that's fine. We'll pleasantries here because it 100% works. We'll call it for some damage and maybe some block. And then we'll use this one because it's closer to upgrading. Alright, take 1, get 1 composure. We'll use this 100% because it upgrades, and also this is going to die, and this is very important, gotta protect it. We can full protect it, Gramble, hit snails, hit you for 4, and then finish you off. So there we go. Alright, so we upgrade our other call it for gamble twice. New negotiation card pick. Ooh. See, like, Seath is one of... This card is just really strong. So Heated Arguments. They're an argument that scales up their damage every turn. It starts at 1, does 1 to a random argument, and then at the end of your turn, it goes up to 2. So if you can get a bunch of discard outlets, Seath becomes an exceedingly powerful card. However, we've committed to gambling a bunch, so we can no longer take Seath. I haven't gotten a run where I get to take this, and I always want to. Heated Arguments are really powerful. I proved that with one of my previous Sal runs, where I had like 10 Heated Arguments at once, and then my opponent died in 2 turns. It was great. Alright, so he'll pay 50 shills, and then I'll reload cargo, and then we have to fight. So I can slip away and he'll dislike me, or we fight. Which is fine. This fight will be super easy. Most of your day 1 fights should be pretty easy mode, except for the boss. Alright, so this is our opportunity to do battle finally. So these are the charge chambers. These are what determines how much block you get. You get 1 at the start of each turn, gain 1 defend at the end of your turn. So I don't have any way to spend, so I'm going to do the ammo pouch, which has a lot of ways to spend your charge. So I'll pick the one that spends charge. This blows all the charge to do a bunch of damage. So let's auto kill this. Alright, so I'm going to take 4, but I'm going to block for 5, so I don't actually have to play a block card. So I can play Tipsy, and then Crank. And the reason I played Crank over one of the other block cards is that I want to upgrade Crank first. Because basically Crank doesn't actually block for anything right now. Because it gives me 2 charge and 2 block. But after upgrade, I can either have it give me more charge or more block. And I'm going to have it give me more block. So now we're going to see which one's attacking me. Actually, no, it doesn't matter because we automatically win this turn. So we're going to just get some experience, I guess. Because they're going to kill this. And that's Rook combat. So we killed a bunch of guys so we can get the Rusty Power Cores, which I don't think are good. They're fine. Because they replenish. They do 5 piercing damage, but I think I'd rather just have my own cards. So none of these are particularly good. This is good for overcharge, which I've basically committed to not doing overcharge. What overcharge is after you reach your final charge in your charge chambers and you gain additional charge, you get overcharge. And what overcharge does is increases the maximum damage of all your cards. So a lot of Rook's cards have a high variance, like 2 to 6, for example. So with overcharge, this would be 2 to 7. And with the 3 concentration I could have gotten from the easily listening graph, it would go from 5 to 6 or 5 to 7 with 1 overcharge. So that would be like the reason you would want to do a small amount of charge chambers is to try and stack a bunch of overcharge. But I think as a general rule, if I haven't figured out what I'm doing, I always go for a high amount of charge chambers because of the defense it allows me to have. And that is really important. Just like over time, you'll save so much damage by having those extra 1 or 2 charge chambers with a defense. So we'll decline there. None of those are anything I'm particularly excited about. So now he loves me. So now whenever I play an item, I get 2 defense. So this is a reason to get some replenishable items that I may not get otherwise, because now they count for a defense. So we'll get paid. Back up to 293. And then go to the Rise ambush site. Alright, so I'm going to convince this guy that I want to work for him instead of beating him up, because then he won't like me. And also it's a 2-on-1, and that's kind of hard. Alright, so he's Rise, so he gets to increase my cards costs, which is annoying. We have a bunch of gambles, so let's see if we can get to Composure. Yeah, this is fine. Block all but 1. Boop. And he increased Fallout, which sucks. So now it costs 3. I don't think I'm willing to attempt that, so we're just going to Mirror Call it. And the Rationale. We'll Trickery to reverse the coin, so Rooted Grumble does 4 damage. We unfortunately beat up the side argument that lets me get negotiations, or propagandas, so I can't reduce the cost of my cards. So that's unfortunate. And that would be an issue with like this specific encounter of going too long, is because my cards will eventually cost 1 million, and I won't be able to play. Alright, so Rationale upgrade. This was the only one that didn't go one way or the other, so we'll just get the additional Composure. Trickery upgrade to upgraded. So as I said, I think that's always the better choice. And then pick a new negotiation. Dead Draw is very powerful. I almost 100% take Dead Draw whenever... I pretty much take Dead Draw and Bluff whenever they're offered. I just didn't take Bluff last time because I think Fallout's just super powerful. So Praise does nothing because it's prepared card. Overwhelm I don't think is a good card, which is fine. It's just a common. Overwhelm is a card that would become a lot better if I had the Heated Discard deck, because then I could create a bunch of Heated Arguments, and then this card would just scale up for damage for each one I had. So that's a situation where Overwhelm could be powerful. So I'm going to take that draw, even though, like I said, it's going to start on heads, and it's going to switch to snails later, after we play it. So we're basically going to try to play this card every opportunity we get. And hopefully play it when I'm not rigged to tails. And then in like a few negotiations, that card's going to be incredibly powerful. Alright, so we convinced the guy we want to work along. Go meet Kalandra, and by Kalandra I mean Fleckfist, because he's like, you can't meet Kalandra, you're working for the Spark Barons. So I'm gonna do a quest for them, which this is battle only, so this is good. I think I have to negotiate with a Rise member to help me. Alright, so... Yep, so this is an event similar to one in Slay the Spire, where you have to choose one of 3 things, all of which are sort of bad. So, one of the options is to remove a card, 1 to gain 2 Slur Speech, 1 to lose Resolve, and I'm going to remove Hunger Down, because it's a basic card. So that's actually sort of a bonus. That is an event you definitely want to see earlier rather than later, and hope that it gives you a bad card to remove instead of one of your good cards you've spent attention getting. Ah yes, I always forget this. So during this quest, you actually are given a code word during the quest line, and I forgot to look. I always forget to look. So during the last conversation, they actually gave you a code word that you have to remember, and I always forget to remember it. So I'm just gonna guess, and if I guess right, I get to not have to fight a bonus enemy, and if I guess wrong, then well, I have to fight them. So we're gonna guess this word. So I didn't get that. So we have to beat this guy in 4 turns. which is fine because he's not going to do a lot of damage to us. So we hair trigger to get down to max empty charges, so shovel does the maximum amount of damage. And this does damage. Then I full block because I had 5 empty charges. So that's 6. So we're going to have to use 1 hunker down, which is cool because we only had 2 blasts anyways. Then we block. We draw. So this is also something unique to Rook. So we're in a bog. That's where we are. We're in the grout bog. So these things come up on either side of the battlefield occasionally, and they all have effects for whoever kills them. And they only stick around for a certain amount of turns. This sticks around for 4, this sticks around for 5. So if I kill this, everybody gets 4 temporary power, which is removed at the end of our turn. And if I beat this, all of the enemies take that much damage. But being that I only have to do 14, and I would have to deal 20 in order to deal 10, this is not worth it. So I'm just going to hit him. He's not attacking me. I think he's going to gain some block. Oh, he gains power, even better. So now we ought to win. So we're going to get some points of experience on these and just beat him up. Because this is my last turn before he gets reinforcements. Alright, and now something to be careful of is whether you want to kill people or not. So if I kill him, he gives me a shock core, which isn't great. So there's the bonus that, like, I can get the shock core if I kill him. And then if I kill him, there's also a chance that another Spark Bearer is his friend, and then that person will hate me, and I'll have their social bane, which is bad. And then another bonus to me killing him is there are certain negotiation cards that you get for killing a bunch of people. You get, like, a reputation as, like, a villain or a thug. And, like, they affect your combat deck to increase your hostility cards and reduce your diplomacy cards, or to just do random effects. Like, one gives you dominance while it's in your hand, one lets you cast the next card for free, and one makes all your diplomacy cards do less damage. Social banes are always in effect. That's why people's opinion of you is really important. And why you want to be careful about when you want to kill people. But on the other hand, social boons are also always in effect. So I'm going to spare him. I have no reason to kill him. And then pick a battle card. Crackle, Quickfire, Focus Strike. So Focus Strike is pretty okay. It's a source of damage that I'll get early on, and it gives me concentration, which makes all of my cards do more damage, for the most part. Quickfire would be better if I wanted to spend all my charge a lot, or like I had the need to spend a bunch of charge all the time. And Crackle would be okay if I was going for like some sort of overcharge burn hybrid deck. So what burn does, it's another status effect that's unique to Rook. It leaves a damage over time debuff on your opponent. At the start of their turn, they lose damage. They lose life equal to the amount of burn they have, and then all of your burn stacks go away. However, there is another debuff called Scorched, which you can give to the opponent, and then instead they lose a stack of Scorched and half of their burn instead. So those kind of like go hand in hand. I don't think I particularly like any of these, so I'm just going to decline. So again, I could kill her and gain 60 shields, or let her go, and she loves me. So now get into the Social Boon. And this is a really powerful one. At the start of your negotiation, you add a random authority card, and they're neutral cards that are all very strong. They all do a lot of really good stuff. So that's a good Social Boon to have. Alright, so we go back, get a reward. Lost to no health and no resolve. So we're in a good spot to fight the day 1 boss. So we get paid. 378, pick a graft. So we got a snail's graft, which is good. Spare magazine's not great because we have a bunch of charge chambers. And then we got scattershot, which is good if we're already doing a ricochet plan. So ricochet is another debuff unique to Rook. Rook has a lot of debuffs. Like, he even has cards that are just like based on the amount of debuffs on the opponents. So ricochet is a debuff that applies to an opponent, And then when you attack an opponent with Ricochet, it does damage to a random other enemy and then consumes a stack of Ricochet. So Scattershot would be okay if I already had Ricochet cards, which I don't. Spare Magazine is not very good for me, but Reflexor Snails works directly with the strategy I'm going with, so I'm going to take it. Okay, so now we... Rook also starts with 4 graph slots instead of 3, which is another thing to like keep in mind when you're doing the different runs. Sal starts with 3, Rook starts with 4, because, again, Rook's cards are inherently weaker on their own, but stronger together. So he gets much more bonuses from synergy, so the devs, I guess, allowed us to lean into that a little bit more, because he kind of needs the graphs more than Sal does. Alright, so we can get Spark Shot, which does more damage the less I use it. So, again, not particularly great. I want items that replenish themselves too, but also that cost 0, which I think is just targeting core. If we're going deeper in the bog, this gives us options for maybe Gratitude or Shills. So this guy's a Jake, so hopefully I can get his affection for winning this. So we get Weary. When drawn, losing action, then I destroy it. We keep going, because if we abandon him, he hates us. Alright, so... we can kill this Bogger. So here, we get no detriments. Like, there's no downside to doing either of these options. So basically, we want to do the version that gives us a card for our worst deck. So as of right now, our negotiation deck is definitely much more powerful than our combat deck, because our combat deck has no extra cards. So we're going to do combat instead. It should be fairly easy. We probably won't lose any health, since there's only one guy and there's 2 of us. I just have to make sure Costco doesn't die, which is easy. Jake's Dock Sands have inherent, like, evasion. So he's going to do 5 to me, so I need to block or I take 1. Hit with this kick. Oops, so he evade, I block. There's Weary. So I can't full block this. So I think I'm just gonna hunker down and then play the Weary and get it out. I could shuffle, get 4 block. 7. 8, 9, 10. So that actually does full block it. So we'll hunker down. Take 1 from this. We'll shovel. Go to 5. Plus 3 is 8. Cool. It's also possible I should have just taken the damage and gotten rid of the Weary, because that card is bad. Yeah. But he's not hitting me now. But I also can't gain block, so I'm just going to take 1 for playing the Weary. And then I'm going to take 1 to play the hair trigger, because he's not attacking. And this will end it. So I took 2 from that exchange, but I got rid of the bad card, which is the important part. So if I kill him, I get a Bog Scimitar, which is useful for healing, if I can increase his damage, because it doesn't do very much. The Boggers do have social boons and banes too, so it's possible if I kill him, another Bogger will hate me, so I'll just let him go. Take a battle card. Ooh, Telegraph. So, Telegraph is easily the strongest common card I have come across. It applies 2 defense by concentration, but after upgrade, it also applies a counter. So just seeing a Telegraph is enough for me to generally just say, okay, I'm going to do concentration now, because this card's super powerful. So I'm going to take Telegraph, even though right now it does literally nothing, unless my toolbox card gets me a concentration card. Alright, so unfortunately, I don't get anything out of this. So I could defend myself and fight him, and then I'll get 2 box secrets in my deck, which I don't like those cards. Oh, nice. I got my first raid ever. 19 people. Yo, I got followers. Man, this is great. I'm doing stuff. What's going on, everybody? Alright, so we're gonna convince this guy this plan's insane because I don't want to kill him and get a bunch of useless cards. So... Oh man, already trying to kill this? That's so rude. So unfortunately dead draw's not gonna work because I automatically rig, but that's fine. Just gonna do this. Alright, we flipped some coins, got some block, did some damage, we did it. Alright, buy the book, coming in handy immediately. Bam, bam. Can immediately apply the 4 composure and get the experience onto my pleasantries. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Undead Pixel? Okay, we get Fallout anyways. Alright, we win. Alright, now we get a Fallout upgrade to cost 1, which is super good. New negotiation card. These cards don't do anything. Just beat Prestige 0 Rook. Yeah, the first couple runs are always really rough because you really don't know what's going on. Okay, so none of these cards do anything for me, so we'll just decline, get our shills. He leaves. I'll get some shills. So let us prepare for our day 1 boss fight, which is here. So we're going to go up here. Yeah, day 1 boss fight is actually the part where I die the most on Rook. Alright, got our deep boss secret anyways. Oh well. Oh, the final boss I don't die on very often. And yes, Rook is so much fun. Like, he's super weak in the beginning, but like, your cards just pop off at some point in the game, and it's hilarious. Alright, so now we get our nighttime stuff. Spotty is busted, because it's just always a plus. Momentum is very good for discarding, which I don't have. Gunslinger is great if I can just get some concentration. Can we get lucky and have easy listening over here? That would be great. Nope, we got Clicker. Oh well. Flash Powder Forecaster. Man, we got all of these concentration synergies and no concentration. So all of these cards do nothing. All of these graphs do nothing. These graphs would be good if I can just get some concentration. So we can just kind of like lean into that a little bit, I guess. But I'm not going to take Gunslinger yet. I'm definitely taking Spotty. This will be very useful for winning our negotiation before the first boss. We are going to take the Battlecraft as well. Forecaster. That's all my shills. Alright, let's go fight a guy. So, which one are we fighting? Threequa. Okay. He is the harder of the two for sure. Alright, let's attempt to intimidate him. Alright, so our goal is to survive this fight as long as... Well, actually our goal is to get him to low health and then kill as many of these as possible. This will make our first attacks do double damage. And then after that is just... This fight's really hard, actually. He's like a damage race. I have to do as much damage as possible before he starts getting really big. So he's not going to kill this, and I can afford to take damage because this is the only negotiation until the end of the day. Thanks, Art of the Alien. Hopefully see you around sometime. Alright, so we have no way to draw cards so far, so we'll Trickery first. There we go, draw 2. Fluster doesn't do too much here, so we're just going to do the Boosted Slate. Hopefully draw full out. Juice Body. We will discard this one. We'll rig ourselves. And then we'll do some damage. We'll hold on to Mirrored Cullet until we draw Fallout to do extra damage. Ouch. Ouch. Alright, so now he's going to kill that. So now we got to do something about that. So we'll Fallout. Composure here. Don't get the dead draw, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. We'll flip a bunch of coins. I'm also stupid because I forgot that the damage went, but I guess the negotiation's over because all of our damage randomly hit his face. So, oh well. That's just how it goes sometimes. So again, none of these cards really help me with my whole gamble a million times strategy, so we'll get rid of them. And then we at least get an advantage on the first turn for winning the negotiation. Alright, Threequa. So we have to do a bunch of damage and we drew like no damage. Can we draw concentration? No, we can't. Alright, so we're gonna draw a million cards. Telegraph does nothing, because I don't actually have a way to gain concentration yet. So for those that don't know, Threequa's mechanic is that he gets power every turn, and then he loses power if I hit him through his block. And he gets a lot of block. So I'm not going to full block this attack, but oh well, what you gonna do? We got kind of close. Take 3. So he does this for 3 to 4 turns, and then he goes into a cautious stance where he starts blocking. Or he starts getting counter, which is worse. Alright, take 3. Can we get concentration? Nope, okay. I get boosted blowout, so that'll deal damage. Probably should have just used Telegraph there. Alright, so there's the Overzealous. So we just hunkered down. I don't feel like I want to crank, unfortunately. Is taking 4 okay for dealing 8? I think so. Or dealing 10, rather. That's right, he takes extra damage while he's in this stance. But I'm also going to get a bunch of wounds. Which is unfortunate. That stacks up my damage. Yeah, this is pretty crap. Man, I can't get a break. Alright, so we'll impair him, I guess. Two. Please? No? Man, super unlucky. Nope, I just take this damage. Ouch. Yeah, we probably lose this. Ah! Well, I found the concentration card, but I'm dead. Well, we're going to try and not get super unlucky again, because you get to do this with this game. Because it's completely random, unlike Slay the Spire. So, let us try this again. Won't sit by and explain as much this time, because I just want to get through this. Ouch. There's the Spotty. We'll dead draw. Into Tails. We'll do this one. Okay. Now we get to do a bunch of damage, though, at the start of the fight. We'll do the draw card. I'll take disregard, because that card's just very strong. He draws. Fight him. Now we have 2 stacks of defect, so our first 2 attacks are going to do a lot of damage. Please give me concentration. We did it. Alright, we can win the fight. Bam. 8 block just like that. That's how powerful this is. And all of my blasts are doing exactly 4. Sure, let's see what else we got. Wound or burn? I think we want wound. So, Yote shot. Boop. I'm gonna take 10. So, I can only full block with shovel. I actually can't full block. Oh no, I can. He's doing less damage because I got rid of his power. Overzealous counter 4. Let's see if we can spend our charge. We can. Alright, so we're going to telegraph 8 block. We're going to spend all of our block, take 4. And that's full blocking there. But we're going to hug her down because he's going to counter us back before you attack him. Alright. I'm going to lose half my concentration here. I should have kicked them instead. Oh well. Oh no, wait. That's right, we took this stupid graft. Forecaster. So nothing now matters. 5, this gives us 4. So we automatically block because it's 9 block. So good. So very important to just have that concentration. He'll lose the block after this turn, so I'm not going to bother attacking him. I can't get experience either, so I guess I will attack him. Because I don't want to gain charge. Bam. That is how much it changes just by having. Alright. War Story. So this card is good for flipping snails. If I draw it in the start, I get dominance, and it expends itself, which is always useful, because it's a card I don't want to see all the time, and it gambles. So this works with everything I want right now, so I'm going to execute him, because there's no detriments for doing it. Nobody knows. And nobody cares. Bam. Shills, get his War Story, upgrade my kick. These are both bad. I guess we'll draw a card. I really got to get rid of this card. Costing 2 is really bad. So our rare card was Headbang, which is always a heads card, so we don't want this card. So we'll take the second dead draw instead of a second disregard. And pick our battle rare, which this is going to be important, and none of these are good. Dang. Yeah, I don't think I want to take any of these. Scanner is good, but I don't think it's worth the 1 energy it costs. It's also random, so I'll just decline these, unfortunately. Alright, back we go. And since it's the end of the night, we can... I think we have the money to drink with somebody. We do not. We spent all our money. So no drinks. Rest in the back. Day 1 finished. The difference between 4% health missing and 100% health missing is just getting that 1 stack of concentration. That's how powerful Telegraph is. And that relic, or the Graft. So very good. Alright, Pendulum, time for our second coin. So there's our Seeker's Coin, Bog Coin, Emissary Coin. So I'm probably going to get Seeker's Coin. It's Seeker or Bog. Like, these are both very strong. I have a decent amount of the ability to gain Composure. And, like, I really just want to redraw my coins all the time. So I'm going to grab the Seeker's Coin. Okay. And then we're not going to go here yet. We're going to do a quest first. Go to Felimo. And now, the really big Rook thing. For people who have not seen a Rook run, now we get Stung by Bog Insects. And we get a bad card, or a good card depending on how you look at it, instead into our Negotiation deck and a Battle deck. These will upgrade as I draw them and play them. They all have bad detriments, but if I ever manage to upgrade them the full chain, they start as basic, then common, uncommon, rare, and then finally unique. If I can get them to unique, they're very powerful. Getting to that point is hard. Costs a lot of health, usually. I tend to be able to get the negotiation one up, but not the battle one. And I can't remove them because then I lose 10 max health, and Rook only has 48 health. It's not a lot. So we'll roll with it and see what happens. Alright, let's get some work. Message control. Scare off the rise propaganda machine. Let's go. Okay. So I can talk to the Spark Baron and get everyone to hate me, or I can just get one person to dislike me. They're all civilian workers, so it's pretty much the same. None of them like me, so that would have been the easy one. So I guess I'll just pick Pluck. It's an easier conversation with the Spark Baron, but the downside is that all three of them will then dislike me, which is bad. Alright, well, we got the war story off the top, so that's pretty good. So we do this. We'll see what happens here. Damage and draw. And then we'll just get some composure. Take 2. There's this thing. Irritable is a problem. Why do they always hit dead draw? Alright, let's see if we can draw my Fallout. No, we rolled Snails twice. Alright, how about now? Oh, we tried. Well, we still did the thing. We destroyed the argument, we full blocked, everything's fine. Then we'll hopefully draw Fallout. Drawing 5 out of our 6 cards. There it is. And we drew Spotty. So we'll Pale Fallout. We'll dead draw. Did we roll heads? We did not. How about now? Wow, all these tails. Okay. I guess this. I'll take 2. This does 9, 12. Oh boy, that's a lot of damage. Bam. Donezo. Alright. Drawback I don't think is very good. Wait, no. Grunt, no. Okay. So nobody dislikes me because I took the harder argument. Alright, Laserlicks. Catch you next time. Alright. Gonna need you to stay away, please. Permits again. Drew the permits off the top this time. So play permits. I'll apply for composure. We'll try and do a thing. Sure, we'll set the coin to heads. Drew stem. So now Vision plus cheese cost 3. Jeez. Well, there's disregard. So we're gonna disregard Triangle Fallout. We drew Fallout. Ooh, wow. We're gonna do a lot of stuff. We're gonna do all these things right now. And we're just gonna lose permit. That's fine. Alright, again, trying to get this dead draw working as soon as I can. Rationale needs an upgrade. I can't save the dominance though, so let's do this. See if we can find the 4 composure one. Nope, we draw snails a bunch. I suppose we could just win, but I want the experience on here. So we will take the 1 damage to get that working. Yup. The investment is what we're doing here. Boop. I think we're out of experience now for the fight. Nope, we get another turn. So would that draw again? And rationale. Let's see. Yeah, I figured it would just win and die off the bat there. Yeah. There's Snail Hunt. I said I would see that card again. I was right. But I don't think I want it. And I still don't think Dilemma's a good card, so we'll skip. Alright, back to Felimo. Get some money. Hit the shop. Get paid. Dunzo. 239, so we'll go to the black market. Alright, so give us concentration. Nope. Okay. That's unfortunate. How about over here? Nope. Well, this Psionic Storm. That card's hilarious. But we are committed to concentration despite not actually having any concentration. Very awkward. So none of these cards do anything, so I got to just save my money for nighttime. Let's check the negotiation graphs. Distressor, Locust Breaker. So Locust Breaker does trigger off of my disregards, which is neat. I have the 2 dead draws, but unless I do double dead draw like into disregard or something, this won't trigger. Slugnook is of course very good because I'm his Tails deck, but nothing so far. Nothing worth spending the money on, and my graph slots are still fairly empty. So we'll just skip this until night. Go for the Kalandra. Do some dirty work. Alright, quest reward is Restoration. So I can waste a little health here if I really want to. This is probably easy enough. The love of the characters is more important than anything else, I think. I can't do 16. Which one's hitting me for 9? That one. Get out of here. Let's get some concentration, please. That's all I need. I did it. We won. Ayy. 18, very necessary. Much block. Wow. So can we kill you? Not this turn. So I think we'll just make this one run away. And we'll set you up for next turn. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so anyways, then I started blasting. Let's get you to 7. This kills you. Then I full block because I'm a graft. Alright, so you're doing nothing. Alright, hit me for 7, will you? 3 plus 4 is 7, so I'm already full blocking. I'm not gonna blast, so I can draw kick and win. So we'll get a charge on crank. Well, there's telegraph. Okay, this is fine. Oh, no more experience. Rip. Alright, Urchin Musk. Not a fan. Blast upgrade. Fully charged is never going to happen, so we get Mirror Blast. Mirror Blast is good with the concentration as well. Hair Trigger, spend 2 charge, because we don't have a lot of charge dumps. Please give me concentration. Nope, okay. Spur spends all my charge, and will eventually give me defense. So it's like a 5 block later, maybe. I don't get a lot of charge, so I probably shouldn't take it. Yeah, we'll just decline. It's fine. Alright, Echo loves me. Several negotiations with the voice of the people argument. That's pretty good. We're just making my negotiations easier, which I don't need, unfortunately. My negotiations are already very easy. And they're gonna get even easier. Alright, so we'll restore some resolve, I guess, since we took 3 in that fight. Alright, so Spark Baron permits. I can't reuse that forever, so I don't want it. Desolate Battlefield would be better, especially if we can find a graft for concentration. We did not. We found Perpetual Charger, so Tincture or Rock Whistle. I'll take the Rock Whistle and risk a fight. No fight. Cool. Alright. So we get our Day 2 quest, but we'll go to Black Market first. Sure, here's 50 shells. Second voice of the people argument every conversation. Just making it easier and easier. Alright. Well, what you got? Scanner bolster shut tank. Second Fallout, I pretty much have to take this. Pinch is neat, but it wasn't particularly powerful when I played it last time. It gets me additional gambles, though, so it's a consideration. I can't spend 200 on it, obviously. Alright, so do we find easy listening again? Please? Nope. Company band. Bad. Auto tracker. Not good. Glancer. Not good. Negotiation grasp. Found pocket bomb, which is good. Found weighted coin, which is also very good. And memorization implant, which is also very good. Found all the good concentration. Found all the good negotiation. No good battle stuff for me. That's the risk I took by taking Telegraph, so we're just gonna have to work with it. So I'm gonna take the Fallout. That's easily the strongest of all of these options. And then we'll just leave everything else as is. We'll get a bunch more money before the night's over anyways. We'll just get Fallout for now. Here, take it. I don't want it. The deep bog is never wrong, it's just less right than usual sometimes. If you say so. Special delivery. Get a graft at the end of all this, and hopefully it's easy listening or something else that gives me concentration. Because man, do I need it. Or if I can, like, just get a posture off of some battle. Problem is I'm not fighting. I'll fight him later, probably. Proper channels. 2 voices of the people. I want to play all of these cards, and I don't get to play all of these cards. I barely get to play any of these cards. I feel like upgrading Dead Draw is the most important, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to not take damage, because I don't want to take damage. Yeah. Drowsiness, there it is. When this is drawn, lose an action, and expend this card. Alright, we'll gain proper channels. I actually don't have any composure. Let's see if we can get composure. Nope, we're gonna draw some cards. Pitch this card. Get composure. Then play proper channels. Ouch. Almost got me. Dead draw, pale fallout. Rude. Spotty. Dead draw! We did it. It will just never roll heads. But that's fine, because we're going to upgrade it so that we don't want to. This is fine. This is dead. This is dead. We would have to get more composure somehow. I'm going to draw some cards, probably. Well. I guess this is dead. Unfortunate. Oh. Yep, there it goes. Ooh. Took my other fallout. That's rude. Alright, let's get this disregard out. This rationale. We're still getting experience, so yeah, this is fine. Ouch. Finally took damage. This is fine. Other dead draw. Oh god, that's so much damage. And it'll be gone after I do any of this. Because I hadn't applied any fallouts this game. Which, like, is an issue. Alright, we're gonna take 1,000,000 damage here. Ow. 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 Well, my side armor has soaked up most of the damage at least. So this protects this. We gotta get this out. And dominance. And that basically ends this. Okay. Didn't ruin this. Cool. Negotiation. Dead draw upgrade to tails. Much better. Rationale upgrade. Apply to composure all arguments. Much better. Negotiation card. Second spotty. You can take spotties forever, and it's a-okay. Card will eventually just replace itself anyways. Alright, probably a fight. We could scare him off. He will dislike me no matter what. So we'll fight. Oh, Telegraph currently does nothing. So that's the thing. Start here. Man, I really hate Crank. I'm gonna use this rock whistle. Did not get concentration. We're gonna spend some charge though. I can't wound these guys, unfortunately, but it gets the charge out, which is the point. Again, telegraph again. Shovel. Shovel. Gone. This will dodge the 2, unfortunately, and not the 8. Oh no, block the 8. That's strange. They normally go in the other order. Concentration? Nope, okay. Draw some cards. Concentration? Nope, okay. Impair does work. At least. defend. You got it. Ouch. We'll just get this. Get the experience on the telegraph at least. Oh. Can opener. All right. Got 2 targeting cores. Good. Blast. Draw a card. Hunker down. Draw a card. Hunker down. Destroy. Boop. Please something? No. Nope. These cards all don't do anything for me, which is a shame because one of them was a rare. Anywho. Demand a bonus payment. Pale Fallout. Not gonna make this mistake again. War Story. Mirror call it a million times. Unfortunately, now we're gonna lose this. Oh well. It's fine. This conversation's not gonna go on much longer. Spotty. Disregard. Other Spotty. Dead draw. Hey, we correctly rolled. We did it. We can rig. And then we can gamble correctly. And then we'll gamble here. And then we'll gamble. Bam. Playing cards and stuff. We'll twist the dead draw. Found the Fallout. Nothing for free, right? Yeah, it would just be a dead draw. So we'll just win. Man. Nope. Cool, 100 shells. We did it. Alright, now we're gonna beat him up. Bye-bye. Now I have to convince the bartender that I let them go, because I didn't want to deal with the social bane. Which is fine. Our friendly Jake is still here to give us a bonus. Pepper channels. Alright, so we have to get this now. Because next turn, it is going to be basically impossible for us to do it. We'll rig a second snails, so we can hopefully take out his side argument he's about to hit us with. This thing is very, very scary. Oh boy. Draw 3 cards. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. Alright, now we can fall out, and now we can War Story. Ugh. So spooky. Ooh, we get to get free draw? Maybe. Dead draw. Yep, we did it. We got free healing. This is why we gotta get our turtle coin. Oh, he's dead. Numbers flying everywhere. Fallout to cost 1, very important. Negotiation card. Raw blockade drawback. I don't think so. Raw, I think, is a trap. I think Raw's just a trap. Pick a craft. Nope. Oh well. None of these are good. None of these are good. Errand. Set up for the bog. Here we go. Day 2 boss fight. Let's double check the black market. Make sure there's nothing else here I want, because I think I was just out of money when I went last time. So we bought the Fallout. Pinch is neat, but I shouldn't need it in this upcoming negotiation. I really wanted something good for combat, but none of these are good. We can remove a card probably, and that's probably what we're going to do. Which one? Which version do we have? System debugging. So we're gonna fight the robot with the dogs, and he's gonna inflict burn on everyone. So I need a good amount of defense, unfortunately. Glancer would be very good, I think. We may have to get Glancer here. I shouldn't need any of these, even though they're all really powerful. Yeah, we gotta grab Glancer. That'll help us kill out the ads faster. And then we're going to remove Kick. Alright. We unfortunately had to use our Rock Whistle already. Not risking this one. It's just an increased resolve and health versus a loss. Plus, possibly a bad card put into one of my decks that I have to then remove. Alright. So, by the book. Followed immediately is a good one. Draw some cards later, because we're just going to apply Composure. Boop. Took Disregard and Trickery, it's fine. Boop. This is the last negotiation. It's fine. I'll still apply the Composure to get the rig. Boop. Take 2. Took those. Those are fine. Other spotty. We're rigged to tails, so dead draw won't work out. So we'll do this, and then we'll dead draw. And we did not roll heads. Hit this. See if we can hit it again. Hey, we hit everything. Cool. Alright, my Island Buffer upgrade to 6 to 10. Dead draw upgrade to tails. And negotiation card, none of these. Attack the Automech. Okay. Concentration. Alright, we did it. That's literally all we needed. Let's draw a card while dealing damage. And let's just use up a Telegraph. Experience tick. Alright, so he calls in the bugs. Hopefully Ricochet goes to one of them. It did not. So we should be able to kill all of them this turn. Let's see if we can get something useful. These are all actually pretty good. I think I'll take the Visionary Scour for later. Oh, I messed up. Oops. That's unfortunate. This. Get a last tick here. I get this out of my deck forever. He's just doing the one attack this turn, so we get another free turn of attacks on him. He's doing his big attack this turn. I'm already full blocking, so I need to mitigate as much of this as possible. This guarantees me I draw, so we'll try this. Just let me scour, or I guess, and then telegraph to give the dog. So that means only one of us is getting hit with burn. Cool, so we mitigated the damage a very large amount. Gets rid for 3, we get rid for 1. Alright, he's calling in the doggos. Call. Boop. I really wish Ricochet would stop hitting him. Unfortunately, nobody's attacking. Alright, boosted blowout to do 1,000,000 damage to this thing. And then we'll telegraph you. Come on, guys, attack already. What are you doing with your lives? Alright, Hamstringer kills you. And this combination of cards will beat you. Alright, this is actually working out. See if we can draw an Eradicate as the last time. Get fully upgraded. Just kidding. Can't now, out of experience. Alright, we did it. Finally. Oh, I think it hit the boss. So we'll do this. Alright, so now I'm full block. Nope. Alright. Big turn. And I have like no way to get them block. Unless I can draw some cards, I cannot. Alright, so we're all about to take 1,000,000 damage. And I can't stop it. Well, that was pretty good. All I can do is get them to kill him. Maybe. Not really. It's gonna hurt. We were so close. 1 health. Oh no. This is so much burn. Well, they're all alive. That's all I cared about. I don't think this works, but, you know. I'll take the Screamer Telegraph upgrade to give me counter. Negotiation Rare, Stack Deck, Seethe, Headbang. None of these work. Unfortunate. Decline. And we got Squeeze, Induction, Tank. None of which do anything. Oh well. Pick a craft. Yeah, easy listening. We did it. We solved the run. We got concentration without having to get our toolbox. We still can't stack concentration, which sucks, but you know, we'll work with it. Alright, now we can go to sleep, which means we get some drinks. Ooh, Wade, sure. And Malo. Alright. Rest in the back. Bam. Your bed calls to you. Alright, not bad. Alright. Got our secret intelligence. And there's Pendulmount. Trade coins. Turtle coin. We're done. Turtle coin with snails is also really good because it protects all of my stuff. And we have only 25 gold or shills, so we're not going to worry about that black market for now. Let's get some work. The best defense. That's got to win some slightly difficult negotiations. Easy peasy. You there, stop. Well, fine. Ow. There goes 10 max health. Well, good thing I drank with Wade. And units in here for me too. Neat. Alright. Here. I guess I have 5 stacks of influence. Boot. Cost 0. Draw some cards. Somehow got no tails this entire time. I may need more Rick cards. Well, lost my voice to the people. Alright, Spotty upgrade to draw a card now. Negotiation card, another dead draw. I'll take dead draws forever. Those cards are great. Dead draw, bluff, and spotty. I will take literally those cards infinitely. Alright. To the Rash Trial. Ow. Okay. Nope. Off we go. Sit with me, Sarah, if you'll allow me at least to give some closing remarks. Alright, saved our voice to the people. Voices of the people? I don't know. Well, that's annoying. Boop. Alright. Now we get ambushed. Defend yourselves. This is gonna be hard. Well, got the Screamer. Got this targeting core. Got this defense card. And got this targeting core. And we got the Spine Telegraph. Alright. Boop. Guess we'll upgrade this Neurotic Case to Delirium. Oh, that doggo's taking some damage. Let's do this, I guess. Does this work? No, they just take the damage. They don't actually take the whole card effect. Alright. Ricochet. Wait. Alright, Max Sanitize is now 7. Got me. In my deck that doesn't draw cards. Concentration. Nope, okay.
we shall deal a large amount of damage. And then we'll spend some charge, and then we'll get some block. And it's not... It is enough, because of our... I keep forgetting about Forecaster. Bye, dog. It's fine, he'll be back. Jerk. Rude. Alright, I finally lose my concentration. Down to 1 stack. Unfortunate. No concentration. No concentration. I mean, I guess I'll just win. I mean, I guess. Did someone hate me now? Yep, every time. That's fine. Get another targeting core. Guerrilla tactic? No, I don't think so. Blast upgrade. To spend a charge. Battle card. Shill shot. Cauterize. Pistol whip. I don't think so. My battle deck still isn't great, unfortunately. Still need a few things. Alright, a second random authority card in every negotiation. We could get lightning rod, I guess. How many grab slots we got left? We still have another one. Yeah. We'll take the lightning rod. Alright, healing supplies or speed tonic? Speed tonic's actually kind of good here. And we are 2 away from max health, so yeah. Thanks, bro. Matushu to you two. Alright, let's see what we got. Final favor. Nope. Nope, nope. None of these cards do anything. Do we have any graphs that do anything? Dynamo does a thing, but we can't afford it. Weighted coin does a thing, but we don't need it. Like, our negotiation should be solid for the rest of the run. Like, we shouldn't actually need to add or remove anything. So we're only really worried about battle stuff. The Union stands with Rook, so they say. Alright. Huh, you increased my conductor's cost. That's fine. But we are Rictusnails, so... None of these are great. None of these are great. I guess we're doing this. I will take 3. weaknesses. Oh, annoying. Oh, we're dead. Bye-bye. Flexor Snails to be rank 4. Disregard upgrade to cost 0 and draw 7. Spotty upgrade to draw a card. Negotiation card Bluff. Reckless insults. Regula's also nice, but I'm just going to take the free real estate of Bluff. I think this card is busted. Greenland loves me. There we go, bargaining. Sure. I will demand 150 shills, and it will not affect your perception of me. No, probably should have done this. There we go. I just want to play the bluff so I can get it upgraded. Oh, didn't draw anything. Unfortunate. Gonna take some damage. Ooh. I have earned it 150 shells. I'll wait till nighttime to spend any of them though. Landra, tell her about the cash. Ask for work. Trade secrets has more shills. Any mission should be fairly easy for me to accomplish at this point. I'm just worried about being able to beat the bog monster at the end of the act now. For that, I need some way to stack my concentration so that I can either win off of a really strong telegraph or by getting some card like Brain Burn in order to just murder the boss. But I need one of these things to be a thing. Yeah, befriending all of these workers paying off. As it does. We will just... Sure, that's fine. Alright, pretty good turn one. Oh, now the fun part. This stupid thing. Oh, lost my bluff. Rude. Luckily, all the cost reduction and changes don't affect bluff if it costs 0. Okay. Dead draw upgrade to tails. Bluff's almost ready. Pick a card. Now the dead draw. It's fine. The dead draws will eventually loop into each other and they'll all cost 0. Easy. Just gonna use this up. See, they're just looping into each other. It's super easy. Look at this. Look at all this free real estate. We still don't have the card I want, though. There's the card I want. Numbers. Rig the snails. Oh man, I could play the dead draw. Oops. My hand was getting too big, I panicked. The Hesh one will give me money, so that's what we're gonna do. So much gold, so many shills this run. There we go. We rigged? We are not. So, it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Easy. The numbers all do stuff for me. I don't even have to think about it. I just draw some cards. You have a deal. Back to Kalandra. Take a graft, any graft. Sure, Jugular Knot seems good. I think that's our max at negotiation grafts. I don't want the Krog coin, but I guess I want Krog to like me, so I'll give him some money. Play the game, call heads, show him how it's done. Give him some money. Bargaining. Spend 50 shills, make sure all of my next, you know, transactions cost 20 less. I mean, Muddle does give me 2 block a turn, because I apply Ricochet, so that's kind of neat. Fortunately, I don't give any debuffs otherwise, except for with Promoted Ammo Pouch. But maybe that's fine. Maybe just getting 2 block every turn is enough to buy this. Let's see what else we can get. Study guide. Ooh, boy, we just won. We did it. We won the run, guys. Don't worry about it. We already won. Okay. I don't think I want it now. We're just gonna remove some cards and say this is fine. Mirrored Blast? It's probably Mirrored Blast. We're gonna say Mirrored Blast. And then this one we're gonna get rid of. Visionary Plunger Trees? Or Rooted Gamble? I think we actually get rid of Rooted Gamble. It's fine. We have solved this run. We should have 0 difficulty with everything for the rest of the game. But if we can still get Posture or Brain Burn, we still want it. Porting for duty. We're gonna go ahead and get some backup. We're gonna requisition some backup, very important. Yeah, look at all these laborers help me out. I'll take 2, that's fine. So many cards. Okay, I think that's enough composure. A small wager, perhaps. Fine, take an Enforcer 2. Faux reach. Alright, let's go beat up some buggers. Or die. You know, whatever. I have to make sure I hit these guys. Sure. So much block. Oh yeah, I 100% think this game is worth it. This is like one of the greatest games I've ever played, honestly. What are we doing? Oh, you're dead. Cool. We're just gonna do this. Oh, we lost our Spine Telegraph for the rest of the fight, so that's unfortunate. Well, I'm just a big fan of the roguelike, card games like Slay the Spire, Monster Train, and this one. The way I explain it is, so Slay the Spire is like the original, it's like the quintessential roguelike deck builder. Then you have Slay the Spire, or then you have Monster Train, which kind of like morphs it between Slay the Spire and XCOM, because you get to like rearrange your characters. It's sort of like a strategy RPG in addition to that. And Griftlands is like Borderlands. It's got this weird, wacky, post-apocalyptic almost vibe, where like these people are really like over the top and weird and stuff, but it also has like the compelling gameplay. So I really like the setting and like the whole extravagance of it all. But I also really like the addition of the negotiation and the battle strategies together, and like how every deck that you play feels almost unique. Like, I've played this game so far for almost 100 hours, and I feel like no two decks I've compiled have been the same. Similar maybe, but nowhere were they, like, playing exactly the same. And that's what I want out of a roguelike. I want everything to be unique every time, which is, like, what lets me keep playing it forever. Boosted blowout here. Oh, hey, I didn't lose my spine telegraph. Cool. I thought I lost the spine telegraph. Oh, that was the reset. Oops. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely really, really interesting if you've only played Slay the Spire. It does a unique mechanic that Monster Train did, where you can skip cards to get money instead of just skipping them for nothing like you do in Slay the Spire. So I also like that as an addition. Oh, team's full because I have the Spark Mine. Oops. You. And then this. 17 counter seems pretty okay. Huh. Neat. All dead. And I lost no health. Yeah, we're definitely there. Ooh, Forecaster upgrade. Getting 6 defense. Nice. Yeah, these rare grasps were so integral to this. Like, Rook is almost like the Silent from Slay the Spire in that respect, that he just needs these good grasps to make this work. Well, he doesn't need them, but it makes it so much easier. Like, his synergies are the biggest key. Ooh, Gunsmoke and Posture. Shoot. I don't think I need Posture anymore. Gunsmoke I always want one of in every deck. Alright, Aaron came up. She's like, yo, you done good. I'm like, cool. Thanks for, you know, disrespecting me this whole time. It's great. I don't think I have any money to spend. Or anything to spend my money on, rather. Oh, you're here a bit late, Ashgora. I'm not doing this right before a boss fight. Am I? Am I really? I actually don't think I care. Let's do it. Oh, no, it's this. Okay. An angry mob. I haven't seen this one before. What the heck just happened? Group of angry workers. I'm actually kind of curious. Rude. That's fine. We gotta help our friend. He's gonna like give us free stuff later. Ooh, fall out on the first hand. All right, let's go. Let's draw some cards. Numbers. Numbers everywhere. More numbers. Dang, left him with 2. Oh well. Can we draw some cards? We can. We draw the right card. Maybe. Nope, didn't draw the right card. Oh well. I wanted to play this card. Oh wait, we got to play it. Yeah! Almost done upgrading it. Spin, yes, please. Thank you. Cool. Oh, that's real good too. Sparring's pretty good. Oh yeah, that's also a thing, Drunk Moses, that I really like about this game, is we have the relationships. You got people that like, love, dislike, and hate you, and you get boons or banes based on it. So, like, I have a bunch of things that are winning me this run just because all these people are in love with me. And this person hates me, and luckily this isn't too bad, but some of these can break the game for you depending on your situation and how bad they are. But in the meantime, we're gonna go kill Fleckfist. But first, we're gonna probe him for weaknesses. Like all the weaknesses, forever. So, Conductor here. Twisted Fluff. We haven't drawn the card we need yet, so I'm just gonna Pale Disregard. Alright, found a Pale Fallout. Which is better than no Pale Fallouts. And there's a free Pale Fallout, which is even better than any Pale Fallout. You can draw a card here. I want to get... Which one do I want to get? I mean, probably this one? I actually don't have a weighted apply burn, so... I think I went Flammable. I think overall it's just the best one to get. Alright, so I'll take 3 here, just fine. This is my last negotiation of the day. Dead draw upgrade. Ooh, and it hit heads. Cool. Wow, I rolled heads every time. That's annoying. Well, there's a rig. Do this. Do this. Do this. Man, we need to draw some cards. What we got? We'll just get some bonus actions next turn. Alright, we may have a bit too many cards in the deck. Oh, crap. I may have just lost myself the fight by playing the wrong card. Well, we'll see what happens. I didn't actually get any cards, I don't think. I got 1 old injury. Alright, let's see if we can win with that. What's the card we lost? Screamer. Okay, that's fine. Well, that was a bunch of cards. Alright. Oh, these ricochet stacks are going to be a thing here. That's kind of funny. We'll draw 3 cards later. Got wrenched. See if we can get concentration. No? Okay. So we'll probably draw some cards later. We're already full blocking. I don't actually have to use the assorted junk. I'm just targeting for just cause. He gonna take a bunch of damage. I love counter as a mechanic, it's great. Let us draw some cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this lets us draw the 10. And we drew some replenish cards. That's right. That's the thing. Made my spine holograph cost more. Can we get some concentration? No? Okay. So we'll just booster blow out this thing away, take a bunch of damage, and play this. Take 19. Not the whirlwind turn yet. So we'll sorted junk, targeting core, gun smoke, targeting core that costs 1. We'll Stone Crank and Charge Blast 1 away. Draw a card. Did not draw it. Spine Telegraph we're going to draw next turn, so this is fine. Hopefully he whirlwinds next turn and then he's just like dead. Yep, there we go. What? I'm dead, you say? Game, I don't think you know what you're talking about. Game, I'm pretty sure you have no idea what you're talking about right now. Yeah, come at me, bro. Bye-bye. Easy, easy. Foresight, very strong. Pick a battle card. Amplifier would be good if I actually had any burn, but I don't have any burn, so it's just a dead card. Or not dead, but wasted. Alright. Oh. Now to show you something else that's very interesting. This guy hates me, so I'm gonna provoke him and kill him. I'm gonna provoke him into attacking me, and then there are no, you know, detriments to killing him. Alright, we drew some cards. I don't really want to insult here, because I'll lose my dead draw. Brick snails! Spotty. Okay. Let's do this. Alright. Only the rise can keep me safe. Alright, let's fight. Delirium upgrade into bow. Ugh. Well, actually, I can telemanage it with Spine Telegraph. So let's see if we can upgrade bow. I've never actually gotten a unique combat parasite, I think. So we're gonna try and kind of use this fight to get us there. If he doesn't just, like, kill himself by attacking me. Cool. We upgraded battle. Bog Symbiosis. Kill a Growlper and gain 3 max health. Sure. 51 block, 25 counter. I guess that's good enough. Kills, Grillic Tactic. Nothing here. Malo is dead, and so is the Grudge. Alright, go to sleep. Now I get kicked out of the bar. Benjamin, I don't think I want any of the other coins. Tyrant or Chaos? I don't think so. This coin is exactly what I want. Alright, one last trip to the black market before we head to the deep bog and finish the run. I don't think we'll taste the plant. Thank you very much. Boop. Alright, what you got? Do-over doesn't work with my build unless I will go back and get the dominance coin, which I don't need. Nope. Alright, so right now we're looking at some removal. Do we have graph slots? We don't, so these graphs would have to be extremely powerful for me to get them. Pocket Bomb, Cranial Patch, Memorization Implant. Totem. I don't even feel like I want this. Like, I actually will probably take this Robustify, though. What am I replacing with it? Glancer? Oh, I kind of like Glancer. I kind of like it more than 10 max health. I could lose 15 max health to get 10 max health. That doesn't sound very good, though. Let us get rid of this one. And this one. Alright, to the deep bog. Confront the workers. Get out of here. Alright, let's fight some things. That one's gone. And it was, of course, the one attacking me. Which is kind of detrimental, honestly. See ya. You gotta stack that thingy. I will Gunsmoke. I'll draw a card. Spine Telegraph is good. We'll do this first. We'll get some burn, I guess. Take 9. I like how the new one came in before you even ran away. Draw my thing so I can get some max health. Bog Symbiosis. Nom nom. Do we bring in one that can die? Nope. So we'll hit this one. Well, I won't be able to Bogbear now, so I'm not going to bother drawing cards. Come at me, bro. Super easy. Lancer upgrade. 2 ricochet to a random target. Neat. Gunsmoke upgrade. Give me defense. Battle card. Neat. Maybe I will take Lifeline, actually. I'm empty the majority of the time. It's free real estate, and I love free real estate. This Jam Blaster doesn't do anything. Alright, so we are going to upgrade what? So we could upgrade Lifeline. Oh, oops. Guess I'm not upgrading anything, because I didn't bother looking up beforehand. Sure, I don't feel like wasting my health here, even though I'm probably not going to take any damage. Alright, I'm taking 4. Fine. How do I have double? I don't know. But we did it. Dekosu. Alright, bye guys. Off to fight a bog monster. You guys can do your thing. Oh, we didn't find it. Or did we? Oh, I shouldn't do that. We don't have any energy left. Alright, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, and then that's it. I still haven't found it. Not one. This one. Alright, the screen is shaking. Good. No, my dominance. It didn't do anything. Oh, we didn't get all the debuffs. I guess. Spin doesn't matter. Negotiation card doesn't matter. Alright, let's fight. Boss time! Immediately punished by not being empty for lifeline. Rally Birds, you got it. Nom nom. Bog vision. It's like smell-o-vision, except a giant bog monster eats you. Stone smoke, enhanced trigger, lifeline for free. Targeting core, stone smoke again. We'll draw some cards after we do this. And hit the wrong target. Divine Telegraph again. Targeting core again, targeting core again. There you go. Come at me, bro. Probably just calling in Growlers. Nope, now it is though. Did a bunch of stuff, none of it mattered. Same old, same old. Ooh, this thingy. 18. Alright. I really wish he'd attack me already. More stuff. He's not doing anything. Man, not getting Brainbird this whole time really sucks. Droppers. Ugh. Of course he's back in the other things. So rude. So rude. Come at me. You did it. You gave him power. Look at all this power. Ugh. Really wish you'd hit me, guy. Oh, we're doing this again. Still nothing. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I can't actually go infinite? Right? That's not a thing? Well, it draws 2 cards, so maybe I can. So targeting core, will enhance trigger, the lifeline, blast, stone smoke. Down. More bug vision. Finally! I get to hit you. This actually isn't doing anything. Wonder how many times I can get this to work. Oh wait, is this infinite? I think I just went infinite, guys. Oh. Alright, I guess it was a 50-50. And then I never got my counter for the turn. That's fine. That was hilarious. Unfortunately, you can only get to 99 block in this game. Very unfortunate. What are these buffs you have? Neat. Can we? Oh, oops. Well, he's not attacking this turn anyway, so it's fine. Alright, these thingies. Bog Monster is definitely the one attacking this. I guess I'll get some block. Whatever. 55. Just casually. Ground knuckle. Unfortunate. Finally got into final phase. Maybe I should just be letting them kill this thing, but like, I actually can't block through some amount of this damage. At a point, it will become too much. Oh, I can give more than 99 block to other guys, though. Neat. Really wish he'd just hit me. But I guess they'll hit me instead. Oh. Huh. That's weird. So it went up to 138, but then it goes down to 99 after I end my turn. Okay. That's kind of neat. Finally! He's hitting me. Can I get more concentration? I can. Come at me, take 73, which almost kills you. Easy. Easy. No problems here. Just waiting for him to hit me.
It's done. The job, the cover, the double crossing. You did what you had to do. What you always do. But now your secrets are exposed. And it's time for you to move on. It's not often that you leave behind enemies. But you've been in the business long enough to know that loose ends become frayed strings you can tug on later. Then the whole tapestry comes undone with just the flick of a wrist. Your wrist. Prindo Calandra might not have gotten her revolution, but you helped her gather the kindling. And who can say if Felomir will be able to smother the spark? Best you leave the bog before you get caught in the heat. Leyland Felomir will no doubt be punished for his hand in recruiting his old friend. But knowing him, he'll worm his way out of trouble. Best you leave the bog before you're the one on the hook. The only time you're given for introspection is a quick stop at the drop point to deliver one last report and to get your marching orders. Haveria's a complex machine, and the cogs don't turn by themselves.
I may have a penchant for negotiations. Just saying. Prestige 8. Now available.